Have you ever texted a woman and waited, and waited, and got nothing? Or worse, received a dry response that killed the conversation instantly? The truth is, most men make mistakes that make their messages easy to ignore. But today, I'm going to show you 5 types of texts that trigger the right responses in her mind, making her want to keep talking to you without even realizing why. Have you ever stopped to think about the power a simple text message can have? A phone notification can spark curiosity, excitement, or even boredom. The way you write a message can leave a woman intrigued, thinking about you for hours, or it can make her lose interest before she even finishes reading. That's because attraction isn't just about what you say, it's about what your words make her feel. And the truth? Most men have no idea how to use this to their advantage. Our brains love stimuli that trigger emotions, and women are especially sensitive to this. When a message sparks imagination or stirs curiosity, it becomes impossible to ignore. Have you ever noticed how some conversations flow naturally, leaving that "I want more" feeling, while others die out after a few dull responses? This happens because the secret isn't just in the topic, it's in how you lead the conversation and keep her interest alive. The most common mistake men make is treating messages like casual small talk with no purpose. If you're sending a "Hey, how's it going?" expecting it to turn into an interesting conversation, you're already off to a bad start. That kind of approach doesn't trigger any emotion, and without emotion, there's no attraction. The real art of seduction through text is creating interactions that spark the right feelings. Once you understand how to do this, her responses will become natural and even predictable. But here's the most important part. Knowing what to say isn't enough. You need to understand how to keep the conversation at the right pace. And this is exactly where most men make mistakes without even realizing it. You know that feeling when you send a message, and then wait, and nothing? You check your phone, make sure your internet is working, but the reply never comes. Frustrating, right? But have you ever stopped to think about what went wrong? Maybe you said something uninteresting, or worse, you might have made one of the most common mistakes that kill any chance of engagement. Many men think that replying quickly or always being available will make a woman like them more. But in reality, it has the opposite effect. If she feels like she has your full attention without any effort, the conversation loses its excitement. What truly sparks interest is the balance between availability and scarcity. What keeps her intrigued isn't knowing she can talk to you anytime she wants, but the idea that she has to earn your attention. Another very common mistake is sending messages that go nowhere. Generic questions and purposeless conversations quickly become boring and predictable. If an interaction doesn't bring any emotion or curiosity, she loses interest. The key is for every message to provoke some kind of feeling, whether it's mystery, fun, or even a slight challenge. If your messages don't trigger any of these, they become just another unimportant notification on her screen. So, if you've ever felt the frustration of being ignored, maybe it's time to change your approach. There's a specific way to text that triggers female interest almost instantly. And the most interesting part? She won't even realize why she feels the urge to reply. Message number 1. The curiosity trigger. There's one thing the human mind can't resist. It's an unanswered question. Curiosity is one of the strongest psychological triggers because when something is left open-ended, we feel an almost automatic need to find closure. It's the reason we binge-watch suspense series or keep thinking about a mysterious comment someone made. And in the game of attraction, knowing how to use this trigger can make her eager to keep talking to you. Now, imagine receiving a message like, "You won't believe what happened today," or "I just remembered something about you." Her brain immediately goes on alert. She has to know what it's about, and before she realizes it, she's already typing a response. The trick here is to offer just a small piece of information without revealing everything at once. If you tell her right away, it loses its impact. But if you know how to spark her imagination, the conversation will flow naturally. But here's a warning. Creating curiosity without delivering anything concrete can have the opposite effect. If you build up high expectations and then give a disappointing answer, she'll feel let down and lose interest. The ideal approach is to bring something unexpected or tell a short story that surprises her, without making it seem like you're just baiting her. The goal isn't to trick her, but to make the conversation genuinely engaging, so she enjoys talking to you. Now you might be thinking, okay, but what if she responds and the conversation dies out quickly? That happens when the message grabs attention but doesn't create emotion. And that's exactly where the next message comes in. Message number 2, the power of emotion. If curiosity makes her want to know more, emotion makes her want to be around you. After all, we don't connect with words. We connect with feelings. A simple text can make a woman feel special, desired, or even more excited to see you. And when she associates your presence with a positive feeling, you stop being just another contact in her phone, you become someone who matters to her. Now imagine how she would feel receiving a message like, "I hope you have an amazing day. But if it's not, let me know. I'll find a way to make it better." Not only does this show that you care, but it also adds a subtle touch of mystery. You're not just sending a boring good morning text, you're creating a moment that makes her feel your presence in a special way. And when a woman feels that you bring good energy into her day, the desire to keep talking to you comes naturally. But here's an important detail. Emotional messages need to feel natural. A lot of people make the mistake of trying too hard to impress or being overly affectionate too soon, which can come off as forced. The key is to express emotion without making it seem like you're trying to win her over. Something as simple as remembering a small detail about her or showing genuine interest in what she likes already makes a huge impact, and this kind of connection is exactly what separates just another guy from the one she can't stop thinking about. But if you really want to deepen this connection, you'll need to go beyond casual text exchanges. There's a specific type of conversation that makes a woman want to open up to you, and when that happens, it means you've unlocked something that very few men ever do. Message number 3, creating a deep connection. There's a moment in every conversation when texts stop being just words on a screen and turn into something more meaningful. It's when she starts to open up, share deeper thoughts, and, without realizing it, begins to see you differently. But this doesn't happen by chance. To create this connection, she needs to feel that she can talk to you without fear of judgment. And the best way to make this happen is by sparking reflection and genuine engagement. A simple, but incredibly effective way to do this is by asking, "Tell me something. When was the last time you did something for the first time?" This kind of question activates her emotional memory, bringing up meaningful moments. And the best part? While she's reliving those memories, her brain associates that feeling with you. Suddenly, you're not just a nice guy, you're someone she feels she can share important experiences with. But here's the secret: asking the question isn't enough. The connection happens in how you guide the conversation after her response. If you just reply with a simple, "That's cool," and change the subject, the conversation dies right there. The key is to show curiosity, ask follow-up questions, and share something personal in return. When she realizes that talking to you flows naturally, effortlessly, she starts wanting to continue, without even noticing that she's becoming more engaged. Now, you might be wondering, but how do I keep this connection growing without making it predictable? The answer lies in balancing emotional depth with a touch of mystery. This is the ingredient that keeps the spark alive and makes her want to learn more about you. Message number 4. The mystery factor. Nothing kills attraction faster than predictability. When a woman feels like she already knows exactly what you're going to say or do, the conversation loses its excitement. That's why so many men start off with engaging texts, only to see her interest slowly fade. What keeps an interaction intriguing isn't just emotional connection, but also the feeling that there's something about you she hasn't fully figured out yet. And the best way to create this atmosphere is by leaving some answers open-ended, a simple yet powerful example. "You just reminded me of something really interesting, but I'm not sure if I should tell you." Instantly, her brain goes into alert mode. She wants to know, but at the same time, she feels like maybe she shouldn't push too hard. This small dilemma keeps her mind hooked on the conversation, building anticipation and making her want to keep engaging with you. And the best part? You didn't even have to try that hard to spark this curiosity. But here's an important detail. Mystery and delivery need to be balanced. If you trigger her curiosity, but then don't follow through with anything interesting, she'll feel frustrated instead of attracted. The key is to always have something worth revealing. It could be a funny story, an unexpected observation, or even a lighthearted tease. Mystery works because it makes the other person want to fill in the blanks. And the more she mentally invests in the conversation, the more emotionally involved she becomes. Now think about it. How many guys actually manage to keep a woman intrigued without resorting to silly games? True seduction happens when the conversation turns into an engaging mystery, something she wants to figure out. And when that happens, her desire to keep talking to you becomes completely natural. But there's an even more powerful way to ensure she's excited for your next message. But before I tell you, I have a quick message for you. There is a secret method that is changing the way men attract women. It's not something you'll find just anywhere, nor something everyone knows about. This is knowledge reserved for those who are ready for something different. And you could be one of them. Imagine being part of a select group of men who have discovered how to trigger female desire in a natural and irresistible way. No games, no pretending, just using the right techniques at the right moments. Sounds like something you'd want to know? Click the link below and watch the video to discover this exclusive method. This could be the opportunity you've been waiting for to transform your love life and stand out like never before. But don't wait too long. This knowledge isn't for everyone. Message number 5, creating anticipation and desire. The human mind loves anticipation. When we know something exciting is coming, our brain releases dopamine, the chemical that makes us feel pleasure and excitement. It's what makes us count down the days to a big event or get hooked on a binge-worthy TV show. And in the game of attraction, understanding how to create this anticipation can make her think about you even when you're not talking. When there's a sense that something unexpected could happen at any moment, interest stays alive effortlessly. A simple yet effective way to do this is by sending a message like, "I just thought of something we could do together, but I'll tell you later." This sentence creates a small mystery that her mind automatically wants to solve. She might try to guess, she might push you to tell her, but most importantly, during that time, she's already thinking about you. Anticipation creates desire because it makes her imagine something that hasn't even happened yet. And without realizing it, this makes her feel more connected to you. But here's the key. The promise needs to be fulfilled. Creating anticipation without delivering anything interesting can be disappointing. However, that doesn't mean it has to be something huge. Sometimes, a simple yet unexpected suggestion is enough to keep the conversation fun and engaging. The secret is to always leave doors open so that she wants to keep discovering what comes next. When done correctly, this game of anticipation makes her associate being around you with something fun and unpredictable. Now that you know how to use these 5 messages to spark curiosity, emotion, and desire, why not start practicing? And if you want more tips on mastering the art of attraction and communication, subscribe to the channel right now. That way, you won't miss out on any exclusive content that can transform your interactions with women. And of course, don't forget to like the video to support the channel, because this is just the beginning.